Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's play some more Asphalt 9 on Nintendo Switch, and today, as you can see on the screen, we're gonna be doing Festive Season 2. That is the second half of the Festive Season? And yeah, in this MP2, we get to use the cars that are basically the main feature cars for this second half, being the Lambo Huracan Super Trofeo Evo, the Irash's Fly 10, Zonda R SSG 007, the Ferrari 48 Challenge Evo, Aston Martin Victor, Lamborghini S18, and Naran Hyper Coupe. Now in this video we won't be able to use all of them, and in fact these two cars I'm not even gonna bother with. Not in this video, because I do have both cars normally, so I can use them in multiplayer normally, so this is not gonna be much of a difference. And the reality is that this being a Class D and a low Class B cannot compete against this mid-tier A, high B, mid-high A, mid-high A, and mid-B. I mean mid-S. Mid-S. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, these two cars I'm not gonna bother much with. However, we're gonna start with one of my favorite non-Lambo cars, and that is the Pagani Zonda R. And oh boy, do I have a story to tell you about this car. Man, I'm so conflicted about it. You know that I normally say that, or I always say rather, that I don't like spending tokens on anything that isn't Lambo related in this game. This is why I never went for I didn't go for the Venom F5 once the event happened, and none of that. Even though it's a really fantastic car and all of that, and I had a lot of tokens to spend, I didn't spend on it because I was focused in Lambos only. But like I just said, this is one of my favorite non-Lambo cars, like legit. I really like this car. So right now there is a Grand Prix happening for this thing, and of course I was interested on getting this car through the Grand Prix. However, once I actually saw the opponents that I'm facing in the Grand Prix, I realized that it was going to be very unlikely for me to be able to get this car through the Grand Prix alone. Because I got some players from I don't know, is it Beer the club? Is that the name of the club? That they have like the 9th beer, 2nd beer. Then I saw some other player from another club. So I figured, yeah, these guys know what they're doing. It's gonna be a very rough situation, and indeed, in the very first run, I got some very middling results, and because I was trying to sandbag, I got on tier 4, and that means only first and second place are gonna get the keys for this car, and I can tell you, I ended up like in 5th place in that first round, now maybe like 4th place, but it's still not high enough. So alright, for this race, the Zonda RB2 SE18s, another R, Aston Martin Victor, and then Naran and the Huracan, but the Huracan didn't have a chance. Okay, let me continue with my story. So yeah, I realized that I was not gonna be able to get the car through the Grand Prix, not like that. I don't have the skills for it. So instead, what I decided to do is what I have tried in a couple other Grand Prix, and in fact it has worked a couple of times, and that is just buying key packs with tokens. And in fact, that is actually how I believe I got my SE18, even the SE20, by getting packs with the key, and obviously still trying to get as many blueprints from the Grand Prix itself. But you know, once you have the car guaranteed, then it's the final rounds for each one of them, or rather, the time that you have to post in each one of the rounds doesn't matter. Once you have the key, all that matters is the practice, because that's where you get the blueprints. So that is what I wanted to do with this car, and yeah, I did. I had something like 32,000 maybe tokens, 32,000 tokens, and I thought, hey, let's spend a few thousand in some of the packs in hopes that I can get the key. So I bought one and I didn't. I bought another and I didn't. And I'm like, okay, let's buy a third pack, hoping that I would get the key, and I bought it and I didn't get the key. And then after that, I just went, I don't know, like something took over me, and I just went like, I need to get this car, come on. I really don't want to miss out on this car, I want to have it. And besides, I was getting some good drops on the blueprints, but not on the key itself. So in the end, I ended up spending like 12,000 tokens in packs to get the key. Did I get the key? No. Alright, so for this race, again, B2 SE18s, Victor, Challenge Evo SE18, and Naran Coupe. This car is supposed to be bad, and it's not amazing, but man, what a beauty. So after spending that dumb amount of tokens on a car that isn't even amazing and that isn't even a Lambo, I felt really demotivated. Like, for real, I started to question the choices I've made in life. And I'm like, 12,000 tokens on a car that is not a Lambo, and I'm supposed to be saving for the Lambo season, the upcoming Lambo season, the Raging Bull season. And just like that, I wasted more than a third of all of my tokens that I had available. What's wrong with me? And I'm not gonna get the car because I did not get the key. So, oh no, ah, Jesus. All right, that was terrible. So yeah, I was really demotivated and I thought, what a waste. I have ruined everything. I did not get the key. I spent a ton of tokens. Now that is even gonna affect my chances to get my Lambos during the Raging Bull season, and that remains to be true. But what I didn't think about was the upside of spending so many tokens in those packs. Even though they were expensive, because key packs are more expensive than regular blueprint packs, I still got a lot of blueprints for this car, so much so that I managed to get the car to 4 stars, and I'm like 2/3 into taking it to 5 stars. And you know what? That is actually has put me in a very good position for the Grand Prix. As the moment that I'm recording this, we have only done 2 rounds for the Grand Prix. And like I mentioned, in the very first round, because I was basically running this car at stock, I got a pretty result. I mean, all things considered, wasn't bad. Like I said, I think I got 35 points, so it must have been 4th place or 5th, I'm not sure, something like that, right? So 35 points out of 50 total, it's not terrible. But then, for the second round, because I had to spend so many tokens and I got all those blueprints and I got it to 4-star, I spent all of the credits that I had in order to upgrade the car. And yeah, thanks to that, in the second round, I got 1st place. So that puts me in 85 points in 2 rounds. That means that if I keep it up and the other guys in the Grand Prix don't want to spend a dumb amount of tokens on this car that isn't even fantastic, I might just be able to stay somewhere in 2nd or 1st place in the Grand Prix. Like I said, this really depends on if the other guys are wanting to spend tokens in starting up the car and then getting better times, because as much as I don't have the skills, once you take a car that everybody's running at 2 stars and yours is at 4 stars, well, you're gonna have an objective advantage. And I know that that is one reason why a lot of people criticize the Grand Prix, because it's like, oh, it's all about spending, not so much about a skill. Yeah, that's true, but you know, it is what it is and we have no power to change it. So, and in the end, I wasn't trying to just dumbly start up this car to win the Grand Prix. My idea was to just outright buy it with tokens and the key packs, but didn't work. And the upside was indeed that I got a bunch of blueprints. So, all right, by the way, if you notice, I changed my car to white because it looks very pretty. So in spite of this car being from the higher ranked cars in this MP2, the lowest, it's still performing really good. Because look, it's 4158, while the SCG 007 is 4187, so that's even higher. But you know, you drive it well enough, you're gonna get some decent results, and I think this proves it. And look at what a beauty that is. Now, before I forget, I need to invite you to hit the like button if you're liking this video. If you want to see some more multiplayer action in MP2, because it tends to be a lot of fun with a variety of cars. So if you want to see more of this, go ahead, hit the like button, tell me in the comments, DBT, I would like you to drive also the Naran and all of those cars. Come on, just do it. But yeah, as far as now, I mean, I just told you the story of the Zonda and my situation. Let's hope that I get it. But talking about the car itself, it honestly is nothing incredible. I'm gonna say it's nothing incredible. The reality is that for a rank of 4150, now that I have had more experience with Class A cars, this car at that rank doesn't feel like it's doing anything out of this world. Its strong points, I would guess, it's the nitro. The nitro duration is pretty alright. Now, obviously nowhere near as good as something like the SC18 or the Pagani Huayra. Oh, Jesus! Oh my... Nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about. As I was saying, I was intended to quit that race to show you the stats. But yeah, looking at the stats, you can see the top speed 368. It is fast. It is fast at most of the Lambos in Class A, that is for sure. But that doesn't make this a really, really fast car. Acceleration, that's where it's really good. 84 of acceleration is pretty good. Nowhere near as good as this thing, but that's another topic. Handling, it's kind of bad. The nitro's kind of good, but in race, the car feels sluggish. I think the main problem in Race is just that it has a very wide drift. It has a bad drift. And it slows down a lot. So when you compare that to precisely other cars that we're racing in this MP2, the SE18 drifts much better. The Victor drifts better, and it's even faster than this thing. The SCG, oh Jesus Christ, the SCG 007, that is a very peculiar beast, because that thing, it's the master of acceleration over here, but it has really low top speed. It still makes it for a very fun car to drive, that is for sure. And if driven well and you get lucky enough, you can get some pretty good results with that car too. But yeah, this car in particular, the Zonda R, just feels like an okay car. And again, a car of a rank of 40, almost 4,200, you expect something more than just an okay car, you know? You would want something a bit stronger. To be completely honest, I think other than the acceleration, you'd have a better time, much better time, much better time driving the Pagani Huayra BC. I think that is the Pagani that you would want to be driving if what you're looking for is results. It has a slow acceleration, but man, the rest feels so damn good. It drives so good, drifts good, absolutely insane nitro duration. So, oh, am I gonna take a first place? Oh yeah, baby! Oh yeah, baby! Oh yeah! I mean, nice. Yeah, I think the Huayra BC will be a car that you'll have more fun. I love messing with the AI like this. You'll have a better time with that car instead. Look at that, I did beat two Naran Hyper Coupes. To be fair, and we'll talk about that car when we get to a video of that car, but that car, it feels very slow for a Class S car. But anyway, nice result, nice result. We're about to run out of fuel for this car though. So you might be thinking, DBT, you continue to talk crap about this car. Why do you want it? Well, because I like it. I like it, that's why. It's the same situation, only a little bit reduced, but a very similar situation to the Lamborghini Veneno, that I fell in love with that car in Asphalt 8. This car also I fell in love with this car also in Asphalt 8, because it was a car featured over there. And what a beauty of it this car it is. So yeah, if that is something that I haven't made clear just yet, although I mention it very often, I really don't go for cars based on performance in these games. I go for cars that I really, really like, or that I have some sentimental value towards them, and this is one of them. I've always liked the look of this car, and the fact that it was eventually added into this game, and I say eventually because it only arrived during this update, just makes me want to have it so much so that I decided to spend that dumb amount of tokens doing that in a non-Lambo car. And again, that's gonna probably hurt my chances of getting every Lambo possible during the Raging Bull season, but hey, I've done it, there's nothing I can do about it. I just gotta perform now in the Grand Prix in hopes that I can keep this car, because man, and honestly, I originally thought of just unlocking it, but now that I have it at 4, almost getting close to 5 stars, I might actually just spend a little more eventually to take it to 5 stars and use it in multiplayer, because at 5 stars, I'm pretty sure it will be pretty usable. Now, I've run out of fuel for this car, but I can show you another car that I'm not too interested in using because we still need to kill a couple more minutes. Because you know, I like making slightly longer videos. Let's try the 40-day challenge Shibo. Now, this is a Class B car, a high-tier Class B. But with a speed of 351, it's going to have a little bit of trouble keeping up with some of these cars. Even this lower Class A car, this one, it's still 7 kilometers faster than this. So yeah, this might be a bit of a problem, but let's give it a shot. To be completely honest, this Ferrari, you know that I'm not big on Ferraris at all. But this one with the big wing, yeah, I like it. And in fact, I unlocked this Ferrari in the global version of the game with key packs, and I think I have it at 3 stars or something like that, but never really used it. And that kind of goes to the idea that I was saying just now about taking the Zonda R to 5 stars. When I get cars, I get them, specifically when I'm trying to get them. This one was an accident, me unlocking it in global. But when I'm trying to get a car for the most part over here on the Switch, I'm okay with just unlocking it, having it on the garage and being able to play with it in quick race, even if, you know, at bad performance and all, it's just against the AI, so I can still have my fun with it. And that is kind of the case with this car in global version, even though that doesn't have quick race, and again, that was an accident. But I have the car, and even though I think I got it to 3 stars, I never upgraded it because I really don't care. I did not try to unlock it in the Switch version, because for that you need to get the key packs. And in global, it made sense for me to buy the key packs because I did not have any of the other 2 Lambos that were part of that same pack. So whatever key I got from there would have been useful, and magically I got all 3 at the same time for all 3 cars featured. But over here that I do already have the SE18 and I already have the Huracan Super Trofeo Evo, spending a bunch of tokens just to try to unlock these cars makes sense. I mean, makes no sense to me. I'm not interested in actually getting this car, so I'm okay with, you know, just leaving it pass by. So there we go, just a couple of filler races with this car, because why not? I mean, that is indeed just, you know, one of the limitations, and why I normally can't do in Asphalt 9 a video like I do in Asphalt 8, where I drive just one single car, because in the end you run out of fuel. And for me to record more races with the car, I would need to refuel it using tokens, or split the recording in parts, and then splice them together. And unfortunately, that doesn't work well with my workflow. So that's why I have to do it all in one go. And if I run out of fuel, well, then that's it. Now, fortunately, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. How do I change that? Oh, I wanted to show the little kind of sorry face, but I couldn't change it. So yeah, that's why I'm okay with this particular MP season, having a bunch of cars. It's better when the season has no fuel. Then I can record a lot of races, but hey, at least we have quite the selection of cars over here. And am I gonna get another first place with this car? I'm already racing against higher ranked individuals, and yet I'm going on a first place. Oh yeah, baby, would you look at that? So overall, not a bad car, let me tell you. This car, not bad at all. So a Class B beat the Class S with the Coupe, Class A with the Victor, Class B with the RH as Flight 10, another S with the Coupe, A with the S18, A with the R. So there you have it. That was a bunch of Pagani Zonda R and a little bit of Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo, and I reached the Elite League. That's kind of dope, although I probably rank down a little bit to continue getting score, because I'm grinding over here for the score. I'm going for this pack and this. Other than that, I'm not gonna grind to get this because that is already too much. Ooh, 750, that's actually a lot. Is it worth it? I don't have time to grind it. I only have 2 days and a half to do it, and doesn't seem likely. But that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Also check these videos that YouTube is very sure that you will be interested in watching. And you know, as I always say, because I made those videos, it's a good chance that they're very good. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.